complete their task. A team is a group of people working together to accomplish a specific or common goals. And a team share responsibility with each other for their tasks. What are the benefits of having team? Let us see what are the benefits. Because a corporate can have a team, and also individual leader also can have a team. So these are two different aspects of having teams. When it comes to corporate, what do they achieve by having teams? When they have different teams, the different individuals will involve in teams, and they have variety of knowledge, and individually they must be expertise in their skills, and they will bring more creativity and productivity. So when we put all these together, corporate can achieve their mission. By achieving their mission, they can always focus on vision. So the team is inevitable when it comes to corporate. When it comes to leaders, leaders of an organization have more to think and less to do. So how can they become more to think and less to do if they don't have teams? Because when they have a team, the team will dedicate themselves to complete their task. So the leaders have more time to devote to leadership issues and organization's mission. And they spend less time on day-to-day supervision activities. It means when leaders have more teams, they don't have to focus on operations of the organization or operations of any task, but they can spend more time thinking the organization mission and way and means to achieve their goals. So to have a good team, to have a good function of a team, there are 7 steps that we should think about it. What are those 7 steps? Let us see one by one. 1, selecting team members. When it comes to team, the selecting team members are very, very vital. Suppose if a leader wants to complete a task, so he needs different kind of people so to complete different tasks. For example, normally a leader should have a financial person. So to whom he can entrust the financial position? A person should have sound knowledge of finance to do the role. So in such a way, there are some attitudes or some characteristics that we should look from the team members. Let us see what are those. A team member should be competent. When we select a competent for any specific task, that person should be competent enough to complete the task. If the person is not competent enough, again, the leader needs to spend more time in explaining and make the member to understand the situation. So the competent is one necessary attitude that we should look for it. And also the person should be reliable. If we give them a task, the person should think we should rely on him. Because if we don't rely on him, how can we entrust? How can we expect him to complete the task? So the team member should be reliable. And the member should be self-motivated. Because if the person is not motivated, he will just complete the task for the sake of completing the task without having any initiative on his or her own. So the team member should be a self-motivated person. And also the person should be very, very enthusiastic. Because when the leader select a team, the task or event may be differ from one to the other. So we should find a person who is very, very enthusiastic to complete the task. And also a person should have hard working ability. Because certain tasks, because we need those members to work hard. Just for an example, if we are arranging a Hall of Fame, arranging awards is not an easy task because they should identify who should be awarded and how the recognition should be given, whether it is a plaque or whatever trophy or whatever it is. All those things the person should know and she or should work on it. So the person should be hardworking. And the person should be intelligent enough to understand in completing the specific task. He or she should be intelligent enough to understand the task. Also, the member should be, those people should be collaborators, because when we have a team, they should collaborate with each and every one. Otherwise, you can't achieve your goal or you can't complete your task. So when we select the team members, the members should be competent, reliable, self-motivated, enthusiastic, hardworking, intelligent, and collaborators. The second step is establish rules. We know, suppose if a leader having about 10 people in his team, that all 10 people comes with different skills, different area, maybe from different organization. So if you don't establish any rules, they will operate in different directions. So we should establish rules for the team. So how are you going to establish rules for the team? First, the team we should define the purpose of the task. Suppose if we are arranging a Hall of Fame, so we need to tell them, we are having the Hall of Fame on such and such a date, and we must accomplish as a team, and we should have a good Hall of Fame. So we should define the purpose. Then we should agree on rules and procedures the team will follow. Because if you don't have rules and procedures, again, they will go in number of directions. How will team members communicate with another with leader? Because there are 10 members in a team, so they should understand how they communicate. Whether all the members communicate with the leader or any others. For example, if you are having a Hall of Fame team member and we have a financial person, it is necessary the financial person should communicate with the Hall of Fame in charge person, award ceremony in charge person, because those two people should work closely together. But doesn't mean that they should talk the leader, but if they both of them work together, the work would be easy. But that should be told to them and should be put it in writing. And who has the authority to make a decision? Again, it should be very, very clear who will make a decision in each and every step of the task. which is to be accomplished. For example, when it comes to financial position, who takes the decision? Whether the decision should be taken by the leader or the financial person. So that should be defined and written. The third one is we have selected members, we have established rules. The third one is developing a plan. We know the idea, we know the goals to achieve, and we have to draw a plan and we have to develop a plan to achieve the goal. How we are going to do these goals. When we are going to initiate it, when we are going to have the detailed plan, when we are going to have the review meetings, when we are going to have the rehearsal, and when we are going to have the final function. So the developing plan is very important. That is the third step in functioning a good team. So how are you going to develop a plan? First, we should assemble the team, because it is the leader cannot develop a plan on his or her own. Why? Because different people will have different skills. The different people will need different time to accomplish their tasks, because one individual cannot do everything. One individual cannot supervise everything. So we should assemble the team, have discussion, and we'll determine the goals to achieve by each and every team members, team leaders. And we should exercise together to work out a realistic plan with action to meet the goals. This is very, very important, because each team leader should know their task, and it is their responsibility to develop a plan for their task. Finally, everything will come together. We can have a complete plan. The fourth one is assign roles and responsibilities. Why it is important? Because already as a team, we have developed a plan, but individually, it is our responsibility to assign roles and responsibilities for each and every team leaders. Of course, the team individual task leaders, they can have their own committees, or they can have the subcommittees, but it is the responsibility of the leader to assign roles and their responsibilities. So how we are going to give these roles and responsibilities? To each and every team member, we should clearly define the roles and responsibilities. And it should be put it in writing and given to them. And also we should tell them the reinforce a shared purpose, because why we are having team? Because we wanted to complete the task. So we should inform them the importance of the sharing purposes. So we should reinforce the shared purposes and provide role clarity. So each and every person should be provided role of clarity. So no jobs, small tasks should be duplicated by anyone. If we give even a small task, that should be handled by one person, but not by all. And we should inform their commitment in completing their task. For example, if there is a team member whose responsibility is to find the venue, then it is his responsibility to complete the task within the specified period, because we can't go and rush at the last moment to find a venue. Because if we get delay in finding venue, then if all the other tasks will get delayed. So the commitment should be there. And also each and every team member should be accountable for their own task. So accountability is very important. And also we should delegate their task. As all of us know, some masters, they wanted to do everything on their own, in their own supervision. But delegation is a powerful tool that will show that we trust them and we have empowered them so that they will operate on their own and they will see that it is their own task. So delegation is important. And we should support each and every team member. Because while the task in progress, members will come across different issues, different problems. But as a leader and the other team members, each and every one should support the person who is in need of the support. So the team members understand, then the team members understand how their responsibility relate to one another and to the team's goals. So when we clearly define roles and responsibility, everyone will know their roles, their responsibility, and how their task is related to any other members in the team. The fourth one is the established expectation. Now we have selected a team, we have selected established parameters, we have developed a plan, we have assigned roles and responsibilities, then we should specify what we expect from each and every team member. So how we are going to establish expectations? Because this will create accountability, which increases the productivity and the results. We should discuss with each and every team member on standard the team is expected to meet, because each and every small item should have some standard. So we should discuss with them what is our expectation as a team leader. And also when the feedback will be given on how well the team and individual members met this standard, then we should discuss how often we can give them the feedback and how well each and every members take the feedback to meet their standards. And we should agree on monitoring performance. Suppose if we take a task, if we don't monitor the performance, maybe some members may perform, some members may not perform. If we don't have not have the monitoring performance, how do we know that whether all the team members have performed, whether anyone having any issues in completing, unavoidable issues in completing their task? How do we know whether they need more assistance from others to complete his or her task? So monitoring performance is important. And also we should discuss with these team members how frequently we should have monitoring performance meeting. Because if you are going to have the monitoring performance every day, well, they will get fed up. So we should decide, depending on the day that we are fixing the responsibility and the day we are completing the responsibility, we should identify how often we meet. And that should be agreed with the team members. And reviewing goals is very, very vital. So while we are reviewing with the team or reviewing the goals, we should always encourage the members to complete it. Because first we can discuss the general goal. We know the goal and generally how we are performing. Then we can go for monitoring the specific goal. So always we must highlight as team leaders, highlight the improvement of each and every team member had gone through. Because when we highlight it, they will be motivated. And if they are motivated, definitely they will do their task to their best. And sometimes one or two members will have some issues in achieving their goals in time. So how we are going to face it? Of course, when everyone are there, we should not make any specific comments. And if we find there is a slow process, then we should review the goal of that specific team member. And it should be practical and actionable goals. Because sometimes, as I said, some members may not be able to achieve the goals depending on their ability. So we should understand their ability and their capability. And always we must provide constructive feedback so that the members will be more motivated. And always when the team work individually, because they have taken their task as their own project and their own work, and they might come across some very good initiative. They might come up with more creativity. So as a team leader, we should always welcome their input. And so and also we should allow the team to set its own goals, because we have general goal and we have given some roles and responsibility, and it is in their own hand. Their responsibility is to have their specific goals for their specific tasks. So when team members act in their own way, they feel a sense of ownership. Because when they feel that the specific task is their own task, they will always give a very, very positive, they will have positive attitude, and they will try to complete the task to their best. So it is a must that we should make them to understand and make them to feel that they are the owners of their task. And they will become more committed and enthusiastic. And finally, we can achieve the goals very effectively, and it would come the earlier than how we expected. The seventh one is the building team trust. Building team trust is a must, because they must collaborate with each other, and they should feel like they are family members. When they feel that then they will build up the bonding. So when they build up the bonding, I am sure they can deliver a very, very good job. So how we are going to building the team trust? So they must practice emotional intelligence, because one of the member might have gone through some personal hard time. So the others should understand, and they should motivate such members with positivity. And it is always the leader's responsibility to acknowledge and reward each and every members. Of course, when we try to do a project, we will have conflict. So it is important for leader to address such conflict. And we should express our true feelings about the project at any time. So this will make a strong trust with each other. And also the team should be very, very truthful to each and every one. The members should not feel that there is a team leader, because everybody should feel each and everyone will have their own share in the completing their task. So, and they should be very truthful to each and everyone. And they should openly speak, because when we have a sub-team, they should openly discuss anything what they come across. And always they should see the leader and members are equals. And each and every one should be willing to listen to the others. Because we have different individuals, different people are having different skills. So they might come with more creativity. So each and everyone should listen to those others. And everyone should fulfill their own responsibilities. Finally, the empowerment, because empowerment is very important. That is what I said, delegation, empowerment. Because each and every member, once they are given the roles and responsibilities, it is their responsibility. It is not my responsibility. So we must empower them to complete that specific task to that person. So empowerment is the fundamental principle of leadership. So once we do the empowerment, then we know we have selected the team, we have developed a plan, we have assigned the roles and responsibilities, and we have find the way to meet the expectation and reviewing the goals. Finally, we know we have empowered each and everyone. At the same time, we have given the entire task. At the same time, we must give them a training, because different individuals are coming as a one group. So people will have different attitudes. So it is the responsibility of the leader to train each and every team in understanding the concepts of problem solving. So we can have team exercises, discussions, case studies, so much so. So they should know the concepts of problem solving, holding effective meetings. We know that some people sit in the meeting and waste hours and hours, but we should train them how to hold an effective meeting. And organizing function, seminar, training, organizing their work, etc. And also we should train them on basic project management. And also we should identify their specific skills as a team, how they communicate with their sub-team members, and how can they solve we should give them the basic understanding of conflict resolutions. So these are the areas we should give them the training before we practically put them on their work. So it is the responsibility of the leader to find good trainers to train this group to complete that specific task. Because the project may different. Holding a Hall of Fame is different from organizing a seminar or workshop. So we should train in two different groups in two different ways. And finally, when we foster the communication with each other, the members will be having high morale. There will be pride, and there will be willingness to take risks because they wanted to see the complete project on a stage or maybe in a different room. They should have all these feelings. And they will have willingness to change and efficiency in resolving disagreements. And all these will put together and to host a huge event or huge task. And also the members should have respect to one another. And they should act consistently and with integrity. So each member should have loyalty to their individual task and also loyalty to the leader or organization. And each team member should have commitment. When we put all these together, we can definitely have achieved the goals and objectives of the organization or of the individual leader who is focusing on completing an event. So what is the responsibility? We have given the roles to each and every team member. So what he must be wondering, then why the leader is there? So what he is going to do? Yes, the leader is having more work than doing. As I said, the leader should have time to think more than put him into operations. So the leader should have, first he will be forming the team. I said forming the team, as I said in the first slide. Then he will be supervising the work of the individual teams. So he will be forming the team, then he will be supervising the team. Then after supervising, we know how the teams are functioning. Then he will become a problem solver, because when teams started to act, started to work, they will come across different problems. And they might need some facilitation. Say, because when we act, try to work, try to act, then we might need to go beyond our comfort zone. We might need to get approval from some outside agencies. So in that position, the leader will come as a facilitator or problem solver. So once the problem is solved and the facilitation done, then he will become coach. Because the coach will be with the members, but he will not direct, but he will coach how to do it, how the things get to be done. Then he will become a monitor, because it is the responsibility of him is to monitor the performance. Then he will become a monitor. Then he will recognize and award the team members. Because each and every team, if they have performed extraordinary, leader will feel very satisfied with the members. Without knowing him, definitely he will recognize each and every member of his team. So how the leader will function? He will not sit and do the operational work, but he will be forming the team, he will be supervising the team, and he will be the problem solver and facilitator. Then he will become coach, and he will monitor the progress, and finally, he will be the recognizer. So how proud, finally, the team leader to host a huge event with his team. This is the final product of one event, one task. So always he will start to recognize each and every one. So how proud, how happy the faces of the team. because they have worked hard and they have done their best, and now they are recognized. Leader is happy, the task is done, and members are happy because they have done their task and they are recognized. So, my dear friends, this is the way that we should build a team. When we build a team with positive attitude, everyone will be happy. The team leader will happy, team members will happy, and both leader and the team will be very much happier in completing their tasks. And thank you for the opportunity. And if there are any questions, you can type on the chat so that I can answer. Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity. I take this opportunity to thank Supriya, who really did contact me to do this session. So I'm also very, very grateful to IIU for giving me an opportunity to do a session on team building. Thank you. Over to you. Over to you, the moderator.